Febo, Jaden Brown, Hirschman, Koss, Ronnie Silk, Kyle Stroll, Ely Loostrol, your top 10 starters. We are headed to the Sunoco Race Fuels Go Fast Point. Ladies and gentlemen, listen for the roar out of turn 4. It's the Race of Champions Modified Series Bunny Hop 75 going green at Mahoning Valley. And DeFebo going right after Paulie Hartwig, trying to stick a nose under the Jersey kid here on lap number 1. They come to the stripe. They make contact. Headed for turn 1. DeFebo, Hartwig side by side. They roll it off the corner. Give the nod to Brian DeFebo, the Sophie's Tiki Lounge number 53. Roger Koss up on the line, but he's still rolling, but he'll lose a couple of spots. Now cars slowing at the rear of the field. We are still green, though. It is Brian DeFebo out in front. Hartwig, Hirschman, Barney, Silk, your top 5. DeFebo out in front of this field. Blake Barney now trying to tuck in behind Matt Hirschman for 4th. He's got it. Randall Richards going to pull off. That car might not be at 100% after the wall ride it took earlier this afternoon. Quickly, 5 laps on the board for DeFebo. He's going to try and run away and hide from this field. Hartwig in 2nd. Hirschman, Barney, Silk. Then it's Jaden Brown, Jack Ely, Ron Snyder, Kyle Stroll side by side. Then it's Earl Paulus. Earl wanted me to mention to thank the fans for coming out. He forgot to do that during the redraw, as they're 2x2, 2 rows deep in front of Earl right now. Jack Ely underneath Jaden Brown. He's got the spot. Ron Snyder trying to follow him past the Nevin George 03. And Snyder now, one of the home track aces here, moving up a spot. Battle on for 3rd. Barney underneath Hirschman now for the 3rd spot. They'll go Nerf bar to Nerf bar back into turn 1. We're working lap 10 of 75. Barney and Hirschman side by side. Jacob Kerstetter off track in turn 2. He's still rolling. Now he's going to park it, and we're going to have our first caution of this event here with 10 complete. We will not be counting caution laps this evening. Also, restarts remain double file through the completion of lap 65 tonight. After 65, I think they had some preseason practice at the track earlier today. They might have been dealing with some weather issues, but we're going back racing here at a dry Mahoning Valley Speedway with 10 complete, 65 to go in the Bunny Hop 75. And it's DeFebo and Hartwig going back to work. DeFebo gets clear of Hartwig. Hirschman now alongside Hartwig. Then it's Silk, Barney, Snyder, and Ely. Your top 3 rows behind race leader Brian DeFebo. DeFebo out in front. Ronnie Silk now has cleared Blake Barney for the number 4 spot, and Rod Snyder trying to follow Silk into the top 5 past Barney. Hirschman is clear of Hartwig. Hirschman now in 2nd. 60 career Race of Champions Series win, looking for win 61 here today. Silk now underneath Paulie Hartwig. Ronnie Silk in that Future Homes Custom Builders. Number 16 out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Already 1 win this week at the Icebreaker in Thompson, Connecticut. Punching his ticket as a guaranteed starter for the Race of Champions 150 later this year. And Silk gets clear of Hartwig up front. DeFebo and Hirschman have broken away from the pack now. They've pulled away from Silk & Company by a few car lengths as we're 17 laps in the books. And Hirschman going to push DeFebo here around this tricky track, Mahoning Valley Speedway, and maybe force DeFebo to work a little bit harder than he wanted to during these early stages and use up the Hoosier tires. Hirschman trying to run that outside line. Here's Jack Ely now, bonds out of the bottom. He's underneath Rod Snyder for the number 4 spot, that is. Ely has won here before. Sparks fly as he goes across that sewer grate in turn 2, trying to run underneath Rod Snyder. Mustache Jack picked up the heat win, but started in the number 9 spot tonight, having to pass a few cars. He's trying to get underneath Ronnie Silk now. Silk trying to make that 16 car as wide as possible, but Ely's there. Meanwhile, Snyder and Barney bounce off each other behind Ely and Silk. Ely now up to 3rd, Silk 4th, Barney, Snyder, Paulus. Hartwig has been shuffled back to about 7th place. As we are closing in on the 1/3 mark of this event, 22 are in the books. DeFebo, Hirschman, have pulled away now on Jack Ely, but Ely going to chase these guys down. He's got to make up about 1 second on the racetrack. Silk now, he is struggling a bit on the outside as now Blake Barney is underneath him. Then it's Snyder, Paul is Hartwig, Jaden Brown, Stroll, Koss, and Lou Stroll all in this pack of cars from fourth on back. As I don't think that Silk 16 legs running on the outside as much as it does the inside. We are now past the 1/3 mark. In fact, 26 laps are complete for DeFebo, Hirschman, Ely, Barney. We got trouble in turn 2. We're stacking them up. We've got Nick Bear and I think Donnie Wagner. Yep, Wagner getting together in turn 2 here with... All right, FX Superior Pace Truck back into the pits. Mike Guide watching this field as they head back to the Sunoco Race Fields Go Fast Point. We are back to Blueprint Engines Green Flag Racing. And Hirschman quickly gets clear of Jack Ely. DeFebo now bounces off the left rear of Ely, gets a little sideways, but recovers quickly as he's got Rod Snyder to his outside. Snyder loves the outside groove here at Mahoning Valley, and Earl Paul is now trying to break into the top 5. After not having the best of luck in the redraw, pulling that 12 egg, he is now trying to get into the top 5, but Roger Koss underneath him as Hirschman, Ely take off. 2x2x2, 4 rows deep behind third place Brian DeFebo. Barney now bonds out of the bottom into 3. He'll get underneath DeFebo. Barney in the Atlantic Sprinkler number 14 started on the outside pole tonight. Shuffled back a few spots, but now trying to get back on the podium as we are coming around a complete lap number 36. We got trouble though. Roger Koss up and over the left front of Rod Snyder. James Blewett and Jake. Lights are out on the FX Capera Pace Truck. Hirschman, Ely on the front row. As Mike Guide gets the Blueprint Engines green flag readied. We are back green flag racing here at Mahoning Valley Speedway. And Ely trying to hang with Hirschman here on this restart. On the outside, Hirschman, kind of like DeFebo, running about a lane or half a lane up off the bottom, forcing Jack higher up. But look at Ely. He's going to crisscross. Hirschman slammed the door before he could get there, but Jack did a nice job of sliding behind Hirschman, trying to get him to the inside. As I was saying, Matt was running that lane up off the bottom to make Jack work a little bit harder on the way outside line, but Jack almost got back by him to take the lead as we are now past halfway. It's Hirschman, Ely, then you got Barney and DeFebo side by side for third. Paul is his 5th, Lou Stroll is 6th, and Austin Beers up 20 positions from 27th to 7th now for the Zacharias Racing 71. Austin trying to maybe pull a top 5 out of his hat here tonight. Your top 4 or 5 cars are single file. It's Lou Stroll and Austin Beers side by side for the 6th position right now. Beers and Stroll wheel to wheel. Now Beers gives it up. He'll drop it down to the inside, trying to get underneath Lou Stroll for that position. Behind him is Paulie Hartwig, and then it's Darren Shear and Ronnie Silk. Silk is hung on to get back in the top 10. Here's Shear to the outside of Hartwig down the back stretch into turn 3. And Darren Shear's got something going on the outside groove right now in the 3 car. And he just slides off the right front of Paulie Hartwig. Silk and Jaden Brown are right there too. Silk sees what Shear did with Hartwig. He's going to try and do the same. We got 30 laps to go. It is the battle for 9th place. Ronnie Silk trying to drive back through the field after making a couple pit visits and a spin in turn 2. He is now on the outside of Paulie Hartwig. Meanwhile, Lou Stroll now underneath Earl Paul that is for 5th place. Stroll gets that spot. Now he's going to nose underneath DeFebo for 4th. Lou Stroll and Austin Beers trying to go into the top 5 here as we are approaching lap 50. Stroll is taking over 4th. Beers trying to get DeFebo for 5th. Meanwhile, Jack Ely is going back after Matt Hirschman now to the high side. Here comes Mustache Jack. Looking to the high side. We got 50 complete, 25 to go. Ely's trying to crank the 81 on the high side. Hirschman will keep it down on the bottom. Ely is there, though. His left front is to the right rear of the Hirschman 60. Ely's got a great run through turn 2. as they're quickly coming up on a couple of lap cars in Flanagan and Miller. They're almost even at the front of the field with 52 complete. Hirschman and Ely side by side. Jack trying to outduel Big Money here at Mahoning Valley. Mustache Jack Ely high side of Matt Hirschman. They're continue to go at it for that top spot. Blake Barney sitting in the catbird seat in third. Then it's Stroll and Beers fourth and fifth, and they're almost 3 wide for sixth with DeFebo, Shear, Paulus, and Ronnie Silk. Now Ely to the inside in turn 3. He's going to bounce off the left rear of Hirschman. Ely goes by, Hirschman spins, and everybody's going to have to use their grinders here in turn 4 to avoid Hirschman. Caution is out with 54 to go. Hirschman drives away. Jack Ely dove it down to the inside in turn number 3. Silk. Now Ely to the inside in turn 3. He's going to bounce off the left rear of Hirschman. Ely goes by, Hirschman spins, and everybody's going to have to use their grinders here in turn 4. Loose. Here we go, back to the Blueprint Engines green flag as we hit the Sunoco Race Fuels Go Fast point, and Lou Stroll takes off Barney. He's got issues potentially. He's slowing up a bit. Austin Beers underneath him, and it's going to be mayhem behind Barney as he spun the tires or something did not get going. Lou Stroll has inherited the lead. Beers to second, then Barney, DeFebo, Shear, Silk, and Brown. Lou Stroll started in 10th position tonight and now leads with inside 20 laps to go. Make it 18 to go here at the stripe. And we got to watch the 60 and the 81. Right now they're mired in 2 wide traffic though and have not made up a lot of ground. Lou Stroll, Austin Beers, Barney hanging on to third. Then it's Shear, DeFebo, and Silk 4, 5, and 6. Jaden Brown, Paulie Hartwig, Austin Koshnosh. Lou Stroll out in front. But here comes Austin Beers. Beers now sizing up Lou Stroll with Blake Barney trying to get back up there. Here's Beers now underneath Stroll. They bounce off each other. Caution is out on the speedway. Caution is out for Jack Ely. As there was contact between Ely and Hirschman. Darren Shear right now in fourth. He ran his fastest lap of the race before that caution came out on lap 60. Darren again started 19th in this one. Not as far back as Austin Beers, but still quite a night for Darren. We're going back to green. We're going to be headed back for the Sunoco Race Fields Go Fast point and pick up that Blueprint Engines green flag one more time. 15 to go. Stroll and Beers. And Stroll get the elbows up as we go back to green with the Blueprint Engines green flag. He forces Beers out wide as Stroll resumes command of the field. Barney, Shear, then Silk and DeFebo as Darren Shear to the outside having a heck of a night. Trying to get by Barney for third now. Silk and DeFebo almost bounce off each other behind them. Here's Austin Beers now looking to the inside. He bobbles though out of turn 2. Darren Shear trying to get a charge on the high side around Barney and Beers. Lou Stroll pulls away now from Austin Beers. Austin's got him 2 by 2, 2 rows deep behind him with 11 to go. And this time by, the Maestro's going to show the field the jazz hands. We got 10 laps to go here at Mahoning Valley Speedway. Beers trying to recalibrate and go back after Lou Stroll after that bobble a couple of laps back. 9 to go. Barney and Shear side by side for third. Beers going to try and run to the high side. Couldn't really gain any ground on Lou Stroll. Ronnie Silk is back there in 5th. Will he play into this finish at all? DeFebo is 6th. Matt Hirschman is back up to 12th right now. Here's Barney now reeling Austin Beers back in as Beers' run is kind of stalled out a little bit here on the back bumper of Stroll. And again, Beers trying to angle off the out of turn 2, go high-low to underneath Stroll, but can't get that move to work out. Shear now has been shuffled back to 5th as this lead pack has gotten themselves single file. This time by, it'll be 5 to go for Lou Stroll, Austin Beers, Blake Barney, Ronnie Silk. Beers running out of time. He'll go to the high side in turn 3. Can't get even with Stroll just yet. 4 to go. Beers is there. Stroll bottoms out in turn 2. Trouble. Koshnosh is spun. Caution is out with 4 to go. Austin Koshnosh spinning. Jacob Kerstetter spinning to avoid. Stroll looking for his first career Race of Champions Series win. Austin Beers. Blake Barney behind them, going back to green. Good restart for Lou Stroll. Matt Hirschman going to try and pick up a few more positions. He's to the outside of Hartwig and Jaden Brown. 3 to go. Here's Beers to the inside of Stroll into turn 1. They get wheel to wheel. Beers on the inside. Austin hammer down, takes the lead. Stroll's going to come back with the chrome horn as we got the parallel flags. 2 to go. Beers out in front of Lou Stroll. Barney 3rd, Silk 4th, Sheeran 5th. They're headed for the white flag. Beers trying to stay off that front bumper of Lou Stroll. Stroll slides that car down the front straightaway. On to turn number 2. Barney's going to go after Stroll. But from worst to first, Austin Beers wins the Bunny Hop 75. Stroll, Barney, Silk, and Shear round out your top 5 finishers.
Mahoning Valley Speedway. Did you like what you just saw? The ROC Bunny Hop 75. If not, check your pulse. Oh my, from worst to first, the number 71, give it up for Austin Beers. Dave, I believe you're going to have a very happy Austin Beers down there in Victory Lane for the ROC Bunny Hop 75.
Shutting it down. This is his 3rd career Race of Champions Series win. As he's getting ready to climb on out. Well, I guess we could call this pulling an Easter rabbit out of the hat here tonight at Mahoning Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bunny Hop 75 winner, Austin Beers! Austin, come on over, bud. Holy cow, man. What a day. He struggled with the carburetor, getting extra high laps, trying to dial everything in. Just talk about that day.
Oh my God, I got to thank those guys so much, all of our guys, all the Blue It guys. We were kind of stumped on what the problem was. It was ended up being the fuel pump, we think. And what a hell of a race. Holy crap, I'm out of breath. That was pretty intense, but I got to thank Louie. He ran me really clean. That was really fun. Definitely fun coming through the pack there. Just had to buy my time. My dad did an amazing job being a spotter. He's not great at it, but he's getting there. He's doing really good now. But it feels really good to get a win here. Man, whew, I'm out of breath. That was good.
Take us through those last couple of laps. You were trying to get around Lou on the outside, but then you saw that opening going into turn 1. What it looked like from your seat.
Yeah, I just didn't really have enough drive. I was kind of tight, which built me free towards the end of the run, and I couldn't get the run around the top. And he was doing a good job protecting the bottom out of 2, so I knew my opportunity would be out of 4 where you wouldn't expect it. He got a little high. and this thing just gripped up enough just to where I could motor on next to him and break his momentum. But man, just thanks to Jimmy Zacharias and Terry Zacharias for allowing me to run their race car, and man, it was bad fast tonight.
How the last couple seasons you've just been nailing it lately. How good is your confidence right now as a driver?
I'm really confident. Not only from the past couple of years, but especially Wednesday we ran Thompson, and I usually don't run good at that track, so it gave me a lot of confidence how well we ran there coming into Saturday, and just having that practice on Sunday, here with James, and it was just such a cool environment to be with the Blewett family and have James run the 19, and we just had a blast all weekend.
Congratulations, bud. Third career series win. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Bunny Hop 75, Austin Beers. Grab a word with the rest of our top three finishers. Lou, if I could grab